just...
Our impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep.
Oh, goddamn hacker, that second damn night that asshole's cut in.
Yeah, there you go!
Alrighty, folks, it is time for the Brothers Hack the Matrix. We got a lot to get to tonight. We got the passing of a television icon. We got some of the Trump appointments not working out as well as he would like. An athlete bids farewell to the team that just paid him, and the what do they call it? Glicked results. Who won between Wicked and Gladiator 2? We'll cover all that tonight on the Brothers Hack the Matrix.
Yeah, there you go!
Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go.
Welcome aboard for the Brothers Hack the Matrix. I am your host, JoesAtmosfere, and I'm joined by the only sibling I have. There can be only one, the Hylunder. What's going on? How are you?
We're live? Huh?
Well, yeah, we're live. We're live, bro. We're live, bro.
What's happening, man?
Starting to look like you. I need to shave this damn beard off.
Yeah, man. Coming on around, dude. There you go.
No, man. I'm not coming over to the dark side. I just have been so busy, man. I haven't had time to shave, bro. That's all.
Bro.
Yeah, we went and saw Wicked yesterday, and I'll have a review for you guys in a little bit. But you see my shirt, dude?
Yes, Corona.
She made herself a Wicked shirt, and I told her, I said, don't you be making me nothing like that. I said, if you make me anything, make me a Corona shirt for today.
Yeah, man. I saw your text yesterday.
Because I was sucking down Coronas to watch that movie. Anyway, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. You're going to give us your review later, huh?
Yeah, I will. We'll get to that when we get to the flicks, you know.
Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. Just starting to slow down at work, so it's nice to have a little bit of slow time. So
yeah.
Just
go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
I was done. I'm chill. Yes.
All right. Want to thank everybody that's here. Of course, the best wrench in the business, Vince, is here. He said, "Let's fucking go. Let's freaking go." He's being tame tonight. He said, "Let's freaking
being politically correct tonight."
He's being politically correct. And also, we have on board Andrew Wordna. What's going on, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
My man, Low Spec Linux Gaming. That's
Low
it.
Spec.
What's up? He's known as Linux Gaming or Linux Laptop. The Penguin. He's in the house, man.
There you go, man.
Good guy right there. I did not know he had a channel, and when I checked him out the first time, he was playing one of my favorite video games ever, Blood Rain. I love Blood Rain, dude. That game is off the chain. Love it.
Blood Rain.
Anyway, what the people really want to know, though, is what axe you were sporting tonight. What's up, bro?
This is the vintage gold top, dude. I'm telling you right now, this is my number one. Yeah, dude. He's got He's got the P90s in it, man. It just resonates with my tailpiece on here. I took that whammy bar off there, but
Yeah.
resonates like an acoustic, and it's a beautiful guitar, man.
Cool.
Something about a gold top, but those P90s, and this is a heavy beast. So yeah, I always gravitate back to this one. It really resonates well. Big sound, big warm sound if I'm going to rock out. So yeah.
So what you're telling me is
it's my number one.
guy. That's your Bob, huh?
That's it, bro.
Bob Gunn.
Gonna need a few minutes alone, boys. Bob Gunn.
All right. Well, look, another guy that wanted to see what acts you had. Hey guys, if you don't know this guy's name by now, then you just haven't been watching the show.
There are some who call me Tim.
Tim is in the house. He said, plus someone named Tim, I think.
Tim?
And Vince says, nice. I think he's talking about Bob there, bro.
Tim?
You're number one.
Bob? My number one. Yeah, big thanks you for everybody showing up tonight and taking time out of your busy days to join the craziness.
The craziness that
supporting
is.
the
The clown show that is.
Like and subscribe, bitches.
Danny it would reach through that screen and make you do it if he could. But anyway. Boss, come on. I can have fun with my brother.
Yo.
He said it's time to get to it, man. It's time for the top of the heap.
All right, let's go to the craziness, man.
Yes, it's time to get into the craziness that is the top of the heap. That is your beloved LSU Tiger baseball team winning it all last year.
Yeah, dude. That's back in the salad days.
Salad days. Not quite the salad days. And we actually have a story about that this week.
Yeah,
but, we'll get to it when we do. But you know what the top of the heap's all about.
Eject!
Fire on the flight deck.
This business will get out of control. It'll get out of control and we'll be lucky to live through it.
So much death. What can men do against such reckless hate?
Oh, man.
What can man do?
What can men do? That's straight out of my
what
favorite.
What can men do?
You do know that clip is from my favorite movie franchise of all time, right? The Lord of the Rings. The greatest ever. We lost that guy this year, too.
Apparently, what men do is lob ballistic missiles at each other.
Apparently so. Big stories this week about that. Let's get into it. Of course, we always cover the war in Ukraine. And Danny, we talked about Biden last week, pretty much taking the handcuffs off of the Ukraine to let them use our long-range missiles. And both sides are lobbing the sumbitches now. Putin says Ukraine war is going global. And what he talks about in this article is the fact that Britain and the United States are letting them use their missiles. And in retaliation, we've got the North Korean missiles with Western components fueled deadly Russian strikes in the Ukraine. They're lobbing North Korean missiles at the other side.
Of course they are.
I mean, and then we've got this story. Hundreds of North Korean troops and Russian general killed by missile strikes. And that has to do with our long-range ballistic missiles. Basically, guys, exactly what I've been worried about is happening. And it's almost like Biden put the pedal to the metal on it on his way out the door by letting them use the missiles. I don't understand it. I don't know why he would do that. But maybe it's I don't know. What's your thinking on this? Why is he taking the handcuffs off? I mean,
because he wants to heighten he wants to accelerate. He wants to heighten the battle and wants to prolong it is what he wants to do. He wants it to expand, and because somebody's making money over there.
Yeah. This makes it sound even more like what I thought, a money laundering thing, making people as much money as possible for on his way out the door. It's just
pay attention to that, because these are world leaders making these decisions. That old song, "War Pigs."
Yeah.
Listen, the older we get, the more those lyrics make sense to me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. When we were young, we weren't worried about that stuff. But you know what?
Yeah.
This machine has been going on for a while. Eisenhower warned us about this on his way out the door.
Yeah.
The dangers of the military industrial complex is what it's known as. Vince says it's like North Korea generals don't have any experience, just tons of medals. Yeah.
Yeah, they have tons of hardware that they can bring to the theater. But if you believe the reports that come out of their testing, when they're testing these ballistic missiles, they're erratic. The North Korean missiles and armaments, but who knows? I mean, it only takes one to kill one person. So, I mean, when you're talking about ballistic missiles and long-range missiles, and see, there's nowhere in Mother Russia or Ukraine or Europe, for that matter, that can't be reached. So
I was fixing to say they're right there on top of Europe. Yeah, and look,
it only takes one rogue freaking general to say, you know what? Let's take a shot at fucking Paris. Why not?
They've already had artillery striking Poland. Yep. I mean, go over the border that way. So, I mean, we've been covering this for a long time, guys. And if you want to hear about it, you're gonna hear from it here on a weekly basis. But don't not pay attention to this.
Yeah, because it's still raging and it's escalating, and then they've got arms from all across the country or the world supporting this thing. And now you've got North Korean troops in the theater. I'm sure we've got advisors or troops over in the theater. So yeah, it's just it's expanding, and I don't know how you bring it back. I really don't.
Well, one thing's for sure, this administration, by telling them to go ahead and use the ballistic missiles, they're obviously one-sided, but the incoming president has already said, I want people to just stop dying. He's going to do what he can to bring these guys together.
I mean, at certain points, you just can't. I don't know how you bring them back. Other than the people living in the region revolting. Getting tired of that, because it's them. It's always the working people that get killed in this whole thing.
Yep.
It always is.
They are playing a game that no one wants to win, especially when we have the Minuteman. No doubt, Bjorn. Good to see you, Bjorn. Good to see you. Okay, the other hot spot on the planet right now is the Middle East. Netanyahu offers $5 million and safe passage out of Gaza to anyone returning a hostage. Yeah. Okay. Does anybody believe?
And there's some families of the hostages are upset at him for doing that, and some people are supporting that. Look, from where I'm standing, if he can get one back, I don't think he's going to hand over 5 cents to anybody bringing back a hostage.
No,
I really don't. He's going
to throw him in jail or
shoot him right in the head right there, in a very public setting. I mean, this guy right here is, we talked about this earlier. He's the honey badger at this point.
Yeah,
he's all about retribution. He's all about, it's been going on for thousands of years, and Netanyahu he's the guy putting his foot down, saying that's it. That's enough.
Yeah, that's enough. So much so that the ICC issues arrest warrant for Benjamin Netanyahu for alleged Gaza war crimes.
Yeah, him and the leader of Hamas, they were both cited in this thing, and arrest warrants were issued for war crimes. It's my understanding the leader of the Hamas group is dead now, but if he leaves the state of Israel, he could really run the risk of being picked up.
Yeah, for sure. He ain't going anywhere. Hezbollah fires hundreds of rockets, projectiles into Israel in retaliation for Beirut strikes. Now, if you don't know about this, they've been striking at Hezbollah, not just in Gaza. They are lobbing shit into Beirut and taking care of them there too. Like my brother said, he's the honey badger. He don't give a shit where they're at.
Look, I've had enough. I mean, that thing that happened, they were not ready for that. They weren't ready for that attack, and a lot of people lost their lives in a horrific way, and now they're totally focused now. So if you're harboring these Hamas people, and if you know where these hostages are, I would advise to tuck tail and run and give up these hostages, dead or alive.
Yeah, just say where they're at and haul ass because don't buy into it.
Netanyahu's got any interest in talking to anybody about anything other than get me my hostages back.
Yeah.
And laying waste to the Gaza Strip.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
I mean, that's pretty apparent. So
now here on the home front, this I found today pretty interesting. Oh, how the pendulum has swung. Special counsel moves to abandon election interference and classified document cases, both cases against Trump. Federal prosecutors have moved to abandon 2 criminal cases against Donald Trump, acknowledging that Trump's return to the White House will preclude attempts to federally prosecute him for retaining classified documents or trying to overturn the 2020 election. Very interesting. You know.
Well, I don't know what the statute of limitations is on it. Look, as long as he's president, maybe they're saying, look, let's hold what we got, stick a pin in that, and in 4 years we'll go back after him again. Guarantee that'll happen.
Yeah, you know what they're talking about is the reason why he's talking about backing it out of it now is because the president can classify or declassify anything he wants. So it makes kind of no sense to prosecute him on that one. But the 2020 election one, you know, that's surprising to me. That it really is. You know, as much as they made that a sticking point, that and your birthday being a, you know, insurrection, which, you know, that's Dan's birthday. He said, great. When that happened, he was like, great. Everybody's going to remember my birthday. Insurrection day. Yeah. But, yeah, I'm, you know, I think they're just, these lawsuits were brought against him to try and get his name.
Try to derail him. We talked about that years ago, you know, trying to derail him and derail his whole candidacy, and it just didn't work. So
I'm killing Vince. Every time he's about to type something, I'm already saying it. He said, what classified documents? Last time I checked, is it F you, Joe. Get out of my head.
Get out of my head.
Well, man, I cover this stuff, you know. I don't just do pop culture. I keep up on this stuff, man. But anyway, yeah, they were doing it just to keep him out of the White House. Well, guess what? It didn't work. So,
you know, it's amazing how they convince themselves that, meaning whoever, you know, they're both sides do these things. They convinced that if they spit it out enough, that their base and everybody else will believe it. If you keep spitting out that lie or spitting out untruths, you're going to convince people that, oh, it must be true. And these people know it must be true. And I think the people, not just in the United States, but the people around the world are getting really fed up with being lied to.
They really need to get hip to the fact that we have these things called computers, and we actually have handheld computers now that we can look into shit ourselves.
And no matter how much you try to pollute it and muddy the waters, people are born with a free will and a free mind, and they're going to seek out whatever makes sense to them. You know, we don't like to be in chains or be caged up in whatever shape or form that might be. Yeah, you know, social engineering, slavery, whatever you want to call it. We're always going to fight to break free of that, and people in power just don't seem to get that.
Yeah, they don't. They don't get it. They forget what formed this country. They forget. You know, it was us being taxed without representation. They need to remember to represent us.
And that shit's happening right now, man.
Yeah.
You know, the one guy, I guess the guy that's up for the czar of the border, right? You know, when he told that lady up there that was running the committee, you work for me. She was upset by that.
Yeah, she was. You work for me.
That shows you the arrogance of people in power. Yeah. You work for me. I pay your salary. You work for me.
You're talking about the back and forth between AOC and that fella. I can't remember his name off the top.
No, it wasn't even AOC. It was another lady that was running the chair. It wasn't AOC. It was the older lady.
You sure?
I'm totally positive. But he was like, look, you work for me. I don't work for you.
Yeah.
You know?
But I've seen the one between him and AOC, and that was great because she kept saying, they're asylum seeking. He goes, no, they're not. They're across here illegally.
Right.
They're asylum seeking. Go to a port of entry.
They broke this law, and he cites it.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
He said, go, if they're asylum seeking, go through a port of entry. Yeah, he's doing a great job. Yes, not AOC, Vince says. Apparently he's seen what you're talking about too. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Well, All right, I'm gonna move it along, boss. But me and my brother like to get our opinion out there. We can editorialize as long as we call it editorial. We can do it. But when we do it, the boss gets mad.
Yo.
He said it's time for a different kind of millionaire. It's time for that guy trying to make noise with this athletic prowess.
Dude, he's totally jacking him up. Look at that, man. How can you can't coach that style. I mean, spot on. I got an issue with the placeholder.
Wow, did we a great actor when we lost that guy or what, man?
Yeah.
They become just ate up with their own addictions, man. I hate it.
You know what? Apparently he had been sober for like 20 years too.
All it takes is one fall off and
something happened in his life where he felt like he had to jump back on the dragon, man. And
it's a shame. Well, we're going to start the jockstrap this week with my favorite sport, the NFL. Wanted to let you guys know the standings. Of course, we got the game tonight between the Harbaugh brothers facing off in prime time on ESPN tonight. We got John Harbaugh's Baltimore Ravens facing off against Jim Harbaugh's Los Angeles Chargers tonight. Crazy day in Sunday's NFL action last week, but my favorite game this week was the Thursday nighter between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Cleveland Browns,
that was completely awesome because it ushered in the winter football season. The snow was falling.
It was fantastic. Man. God, they had a whiteout happening there.
Yeah, they did. And what was funny was it was completely clear, a little bit windy before the game started. And then middle of the second quarter, it started coming down, man. It was awesome. By the time they were interviewing Myles Garrett, at the end of the game, there was sleet bouncing off of him, Dan. I mean, it was. They had a bad storm.
It goes, and they got that lake effect up there in Ohio.
It's pretty bad. But let's take a look at the standings real quick. We'll look at the playoff standings right now. Let's see. News teams standings. Here we go. Oh, the one I wanted was probably playoff picture. Hang on a second. Playoffs. Let's see. There it is. Playoff picture. Okay, here we go. I tell you what, guys, the two best teams I'm seeing right now, they're the two teams on the top of the NFC. They're pretty vicious, man. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions are kicking ass and taking names and have been. Both of them are undefeated over the last 7 weeks. The Lions are undefeated for the last 9. They've won 9 in a row.
Well, the Lions look pretty fucking sound. They really do.
They do.
And Chiefs, I'm not ever going to go against the Chiefs.
No, they look.
Buffalo can beat them in the regular season all they want, but they can't.
Right.
They can't put them away in the postseason. So.
They can't do it. Yeah. On the bottom end of both conferences, you've got the Steelers and the Texans in the AFC. My Seahawks actually have the leg up on the rest of the division.
Sea chunks.
That is still in play. Our whole division is locked up. About the same damn record, so it's going to be down to the wire for us,
dude.
And your Saints are not far out of first there, man.
Stop that!
I'm just saying they're not.
Stop that!
I'm saying the South is open. It's an open.
What can men do?
What can men do?
When the Saints are so horrible. What can men do?
The wild card teams in each one. The Chargers, Ravens, and Broncos, they're looking pretty solid. I don't see too many people knocking them off.
I don't know what's going on with the Commanders' defense all of a sudden.
Yeah, they're struggling. I
mean, the Cowboys moved the football on them pretty much at will yesterday.
Yeah, they did. It was pretty bad. But anyway, that's the standings in the NFL. We got some other news in the jockstrap this week. Let's see. Bjorn says... For once, I don't have to put paper bag over my head to attend a Lions game. Hopefully, it stays that way. I love what's going on with your football team. Bro.
Lions are for real. Let's see what they do in the postseason. We see a lot of good teams dominate the regular season. They get in the postseason and act like, well, look at the Cowboys last year. They look like they're world beaters. They get in the playoffs and
they got one and done.
They got railed.
Yeah. They got one and done by the Packers, man.
Packers just bounced into the playoffs.
And you know what? The Packers broke them so bad, they haven't won a game at home.
They haven't won a game since at home.
Yeah.
Not even close.
But they're road warriors apparently, because man, they put it on Washington yesterday.
They did not put it on Washington. Don't describe it like that. Come on, dude. They did not put it. Washington's special teams killed them. I mean,
They did. And look, I've been saying it since he got that rib injury. He's a little bit off on some of his accuracy on some of the balls.
Yesterday? Dominated.
Yeah, he was doing good. But the problem with them, and they're going to address it in the offseason, he doesn't have enough targets. He's only got one good wide receiver. The rest of them, it's like
so bad.
frying pan hands, man. It's bad.
Drop.
It's
and
bad.
you got Greg Olsen saying, look, as a receiver, you got to catch that ball. That ball's right there. I mean, it's on target. You got to catch that ball.
You got to catch that ball. Yeah, that's it.
That's what Greg Olsen, look, tight end, and he was catching balls coming from Cam Newton.
He knows what's up. Yeah, missiles. Those are missiles.
Caught everything, you know. He's like, no, you got to catch that ball. That ball's right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, we got the LSU Tiger coach, my brother's favorite football team. They haven't had a good year this year. They've lost some games they shouldn't have lost.
They've really.
And Brian Kelly under fire from former LSU staffer who reportedly creating a culture problem. What's he talking about here, Dan?
Well, he's holding guys accountable. If you're supposed to be at practice at this time and you don't get there on time, you're going to miss playing time on the field. If you've got a team meeting and it's at this time, you don't get there, you're going to miss time on the field. If you're supposed to be working out, don't do it, you miss time on the field. He's just holding people accountable.
Yeah.
And apparently today's athlete doesn't want to be held accountable. You can't talk to them that way.
It's almost like this name, image, and likeness thing has taken it's taken the upper hand. It's given the upper hand to the athlete, not the coach. And that's not a good thing.
Look,
that's not a good thing.
Maybe possibly, and I hate to say it, possibly the greatest, college head coach to ever do it. He retired.
Stepped away. Yeah, he did.
They have that yearly banquet barbecue for the incoming freshmen, and let the families know they're going to be well taken care of, and this is what the expectation is. And then the NIL thing starts happening. And his wife came up to him and said, "Why are we doing this anymore?" Because they're not interested in what we're saying. They're asking about money. They're asking about this and that benefits, and that's
not winning.
That's not just football. That's not just football.
No, it's not. It's not. But this is the first time that the NCAA football side of things has had to deal with that. Money's always been involved in NCAA football, but it's usually in television rights and marketing for the schools. Not
direct pay for the player, the student athlete is happening now.
Yeah.
But the article is about him holding people accountable,
and there's nothing wrong.
Apparently,
with that.
that's not going over very well. So
that's a shame, because that's self-discipline. That's a tough thing to teach, man.
Look, the
military teaches it to you. That's for sure.
I am down for that. And during the Alabama game, two of our seniors leadership group that were on the defense, big cogs in the machine, missed the first quarter for disciplinary reasons.
You got no problem with that. I know you don't. Yeah, it's a shame that they can't get
on everybody. It's a team after team.
Yeah.
Nobody's greater than anybody else. But this NIL deal thing is, we lost the top draft pick in the nation.
Yeah.
We've recruited this guy for 3 years. He never went to Michigan, never went over to talk to anybody, and he's from Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
At the last minute, they offered him $10.5 million. He's going to Michigan. There you go.
Money. There it is.
We invested a lot. We being LSU, 3 years of recruiting.
Do you think this started, Dan, when they started letting professionals play in the Olympics? Do you think
it started when they started putting people's likeness on EA Sports college football?
Yeah.
You can't put Desmond Howard's face on a freaking game.
Yeah.
And partner up, and NCAA makes all this money, EA Sports makes all this money, and that kid on the cover, he's not making shit.
Yeah.
Blows his knee out, and
if his career's done, right?
He hasn't been going to class. He's got no fallback,
Yep.
That's when it started happening.
All right. Next up, we've got something that I didn't think we'd see. Daniel Jones delivers emotional statement addressing future with the Giants. He basically asked for his release because when he announced that he wasn't going to be with the team anymore, it was on Thursday after he was done with practice. And you know what he was doing at practice, Dan?
He's playing safety.
He was playing safety on the practice squad. And that's just a thing he didn't want to do. So he asked for his release, and they let him go. This is going to save the Giants.
His remaining contract?
No, it doesn't void his remaining contract. What it does, though, is it keeps the Giants from having to pay him $11 million that was guaranteed, because if he got injured on the field or in practice, then they would owe him $11 million. There was a clause in his contract that if he got injured, he got the balance of it.
They did the same thing in Raiderland with Derek Carr in his last year's contract.
Yeah. So they released him, and he says he's looking forward to his next opportunity. Which I hope he gets another chance somewhere. The kid, he can't hit the broadside of a barn with a football, but this guy, he really handled things well for that market he was in. You know how tough the New York market.
Well, yeah, that's cool and all, but you just said the quarterback can't hit the broadside of a barn.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell is he going to be? Look, I don't. He went. He got paid. Good for him.
Good for him. He got his bag, right?
In charge of player personnel there in Giant Land is smoking some grass or something, because that guy is not a franchise quarterback.
He's not. He got paid off of one playoff game where he did have a really good game. And so, yeah. Good to see you, John. Good to see you. His team bounced back. But, boy, I tell you what. Them Carolina Panthers gave the Chiefs all they could handle yesterday.
Yeah, that game was a blowout, and then all of a sudden, Chiefs have to kick a game-winning field goal.
Yes, they did.
They find ways to win. I mean, I think they're really walking that tightrope. I would like to see them really just start dominating teams. Maybe
even the starting quarterback said that in his post-game press conference, didn't he, John? He said, "Yeah, we need some blowouts in here." He's tired.
You're going to get your best shot from anyway. You're the Super Bowl champs, 2 times. You're going to get everybody's best shot. But man, they were pounding on the Carolina Panthers, and then next thing I know, I'm like, what the hell happened?
What the hell is going on here? But
I had the damn Chiefs defense, and
okay. Lastly, in the jockstrap tonight, Conor McGregor, a boy from Ireland, must pay $250,000 to a woman who says he raped her. In a civil jury ruling. Look at this, man! Oh my God,
criminal court, he was acquitted, but in civil court,
right? They couldn't charge him criminally. Yes, Daniel Jones is still a better quarterback than Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, I would say that too. Yeah, absolutely. They're about the same thing, really.
For rape, $250,000, and he doesn't do any jail time. Well, that's civil court, though.
That's civil court, though. That's
even $250,000 for civil court for that. I don't know who her lawyer was, but it seemed like
he's worth a lot more than that. I can say that.
He should have got more than $250,000. Oh well, whatever. What are you gonna do, man?
What are you gonna do, man? But yeah, I hate to hear that he did something like that, because I do like Conor. I think he's pretty cool.
Well, he's a great fighter.
McGregor also piped me. Now bring me my money.
Yeah. Look, he's a great fightor, but as far as who he is as a person, we have no idea who he is.
We have no clue what that guy's like. That's right. But you know what that ruling wasn't. It just wasn't huge. No,
huge.
It wasn't huge. It wasn't huge.
Not you.
All right, man. Look, give me a break.
Yo.
He said it's time to watch me on the flicks. Take punches from Ivan Drago. Damn it.
Come on. Maybe we need to edit out Luke. What is he doing? Posing for a calendar? What is he doing? Every time I see
my man Bruce, when he was coherent, was a terrorist nightmare, dude.
Man.
It was a terrorist nightmare.
Everybody else is handling business. Even Golden Diaper's handling business. I don't know what Luke is doing there.
He's just holding his saber up so Dark
He's just
can cut it
sitting back, chilling. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Boom. There goes your hand. Not paying attention.
All right, so let's see what's going on in the
Idiot,
flicks
look
this
at him.
week. Well, I don't think this is a surprise to anybody. The Broadway musical brought to the big screen, Wicked,
Huge.
made over $112 million this
Huge.
weekend, which is huge. Freaking Gladiator 2 made half of that, 55 million.
Not huge.
It's the sequel nobody asked for. Reviews are so for this. I've heard from some people it's
I'm not going to
okay.
see that. I'm not going to see that at all. I have no.
They say
interest.
basically, Dan, it's the Force Awakens. It's the same story as the first one.
I wish I hadn't
different
seen that
characters.
either. So
What, the Force Awakens? Yeah, where they killed
should
off
stay
Han.
to sleep, as far as I'm concerned, man.
Yeah. But
Anyway, need to go back to sleep.
Red One, The Rock's Christmas movie, ended up third with 13 million. It's dropped off.
Not to be confused with the big red one. So.
Not the big red one, no.
This is awesome.
Then number 4 is Bonhoeffer, Pastor, Spy, Assassin. I don't even know what that is.
Say that again real fast 5 times.
I'm not doing that, but it's from Angel Studios, which is that religious movie company.
Heck yeah.
So it probably is pretty good.
Probably is pretty freaking
and then you've got Venom: The Last Dance is still clinging on that bottom rung.
You can only hope it's the last dance, for fuck's sake.
For fuck's sake. But like I said at the top, box office Wicked lands top opening ever for a Broadway musical adaptation amid other records.
Wicked huge.
Universal's Thanksgiving pick opened to an estimated 114 million over the November 22nd through 24th weekend. More than 3 times the previous domestic record holder, Into the Woods. So, it's doing well. And I went and saw this with my wife. And I will show you guys. My wife likes to make T-shirts for movies, and she's a big fan of that musical.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does.
Lying.
You know she does.
Lying.
She made herself a Wicked T-shirt. And I said, no, don't make me one of those. I said, if you're going to make one, make me a Corona T-shirt. And
Corona.
She came through with the Corona T-shirt. I've already got a friend that wants one of those for Christmas, so I think I'm going to get him one.
Badass.
Anyway, I can tell you that Wicked, if you like musicals, go see it. It's a good movie. It's as they say in Boston, wicked good.
Wicked good.
It is good. It's got the story dovetails into The Wizard of Oz, and Jeff Goldblum. He comes off just like the guy in the original movie. He's the carny with the guy behind the curtain, right?
The puppet master.
Yeah, it was good. It's got some subplots that really show you about the characters. The thing I liked about it was these characters weren't static. They had character growth in it. And I got to say, the best guy in the movie is the love interest between the 2 girls. It's a guy that shows up at school and he's the honey badger. He's the honey badger, Dan. He don't care. He comes in, he's the wild child, right? And it was good. I'm telling you, dude, it was good. It was a good movie. You guys, if you're into musicals, you'll enjoy it. Now, Danny, you don't need to see this movie because on the gay meter, it's up there, bro. Of course, it has to do with musicals, and that's kind of a that industry
Hollywood,
leans that
right?
way.
So
but
it's Hollywood, so
yeah. Well, not real. No, look, Broadway's way worse, bro. It's going to get crushed by Moana 2. Is that what he's saying? He said Moana 2 this weekend. Yeah. Well, Moana 2 is going to have 5 days because it's going to open on Wednesday, right? It's going to open the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So, but I think this one's going to do good. 50 million says she is just a misunderstood villain. Well, here's the thing, man. You got to remember something. This is the original misunderstood villain, Vince. This is the original one. All the other ones they've done have been since this one. This musical's okay, Dan. We get it. Yeah, you don't like musicals, but I'm just letting Vince know this was the original. It's the OG because it's 25 years old. This story is. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. That's right. Don't pay any attention to him.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. Damn it. There's nothing to see here. I don't think. Is there something?
Musicals.
Please disperse. Nothing to see here. Please disperse. Nothing to see here.
Oh,
Take it easy, Dan. It's okay. I didn't say you had to go see it. I went and saw it for you. Okay? I went and saw it for you. You're all right. In other news, talking about people that don't bat for the right team, Ellen DeGeneres flees America before Trump can take office. We have more of the fleeing of America. And you know, on this show, what we've got to tell those folks that have decided to flee America because of the election.
Let me help you back.
It's okay. I don't like it anymore.
That's what Ellen says. So she's leaving.
Go, bye, go.
Could it have anything to do with maybe
Can we get
staff not liking you and letting everybody know you were an insufferable human being? Could that have anything to do with you leaving too?
God, if we ever needed a transport machine to get her energized, you just go.
Yeah. All right. This story struck me as funny. Netflix sued over Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. After the debacle surrounding the streaming of the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight over the weekend, one Netflix subscriber is taking legal action against the company. A lawsuit filed in Florida by Ron Blue Denton accuses Netflix of breach of contract for constant glitching and buffering during the fight last week, according to TMZ.
Good luck proving that one. Yeah, it was. You know, I went to turn it on one time, and yeah, it was immediately buffering. I'm like, okay, I'm not even gonna try to do that. Which I'm glad I didn't, because wow.
Oh, that was a mess. We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
But as soon as you saw it buffering, you said,
Stop that. Got to be something else on. I said to myself, I give it a shot, just turn it on, and then buffering. I'm like, okay, I'm not supposed to watch that.
Done. And lastly, in the flicks this week, the passing of a television icon, the original Wheel of Fortune host, and better known for Love Connection, Chuck Woolery passed away this week at 83 years old.
Yeah, he was the first Wheel of Fortune guy. I remember. Yeah, he was an icon when we were kids, dude.
Yeah, he was on. He was all over TV. He actually was on a Saturday morning cartoon too. I can't even remember what the hell the name of that one was, but he was on there. But I gotta say, I always remember his thing when he'd go to commercial. He'd go, "We'll be back in 2 and 2." That was his thing, man. That's what he used to do all the time. Let's see. What do we got here?
Yeah, it's sad. Another piece of our childhood passing away, Chuck Woolery.
Yeah, he was cool. He was cool.
Yep.
I cheers to Chuck Woolery. He was a cool dude.
No doubt. I wish I had a brewski, but I don't. I don't have a brewski.
You got to work tomorrow.
It's Monday.
I do too, but I don't have to be until late. So let's see. I would be more concerned that they faked the fight than how to the streaming.
Yeah, it was a totally staged.
What do I know? Well, here's the thing, Bjorn. Let me tell you something. The NFL's going to be streaming on Christmas Day, and if they think they're getting shit about the fight, wait until the worldwide NFL fans have to buffer their friggin' shit. They'll be, they think they're hearing shit now. Yeah, it'll be totally off the chain. Let's see. I didn't see he died. He was based on Twitter. Was he? Yeah. I didn't follow him on Twitter, but yeah, he passed away at the age of 83.
83.
On Saturday, he passed away. So, yeah. Let's hear it for Chuck Woolery. He was one of the cool ones. My friend from South America had better results streaming it than we did. Wow. That's amazing. Okay, look, boss, take it easy on me, man.
Yo.
Why does he do this to me, Daniel?
Yo.
He said, look, we're not done with the flicks yet, man.
Keep it moving.
For Diddy Files, bro.
It's the Diddy Files, bro.
Diddy Files,
bro. Oh, now. You know what time it is.
You know what time it is.
Time to get serious.
Time to get serious, motherfucker.
Diddy Files.
It's time for the Diddy Files. Look out.
That guy right there, man.
All right. First up in the Diddy files tonight. Ex-Diddy employee said he sacrificed animals to get favorable court rulings. What?
Yeah, that was in Central Park, right? That's the big park there in
Central Park in New York.
So he was a long time ago, and when he was with J-Lo, there was a shooting in a nightclub, and he was under suspicion. They had pulled him over. They found weapons in the car and blah blah blah. But he was under suspicion for the shooting. And apparently, he's with the bodyguard, and he meets this guy in Central Park. Maybe he's a voodoo guy, I don't know. But they took a bird, and he said they did some kind of incantation, and like smoke came up. The bird went up, and then it just died. And then they both walked away from the bird. So, and then he got a favorable, if you believe in that kind of thing. But that's the lengths he was willing to go. So.
Yeah,
he does a show on an episode on Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
where he plays like a voodoo guy that can make concoctions to fix things.
Dang.
Looking back on it now, it's like very fortuitous, right? It's like, wow, okay, maybe they knew something.
Foreshadowing. Let's see. Next up, Diddy's bodyguard, Uncle Ron, allegedly dead after spilling tea.
Not Uncle Ron.
Yeah, Uncle Ron. Apparently, this guy, bodyguard, passed away back in September. Since then, some fans have been alleging that the conspiracy concerning his death. In addition to his work as a bodyguard, Uncle Ron served as something of a TikTok personality. Tragically, Smith passed away past September and released a video concerning Biggie Smalls on the TikTok platform.
Oh.
This guy's name has a lot to do with a whole bunch of stuff.
He's got tentacles all over the place, and I think you're going to see the closer. I think they go to court in May, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see more headlines like that of people close to him.
Yeah, whacked.
Go on, bye-bye.
This girl doesn't want to be whacked, that's for sure. Sean Diddy Combs' witness lawyer says she's armed. I'm not scared. She says she's going to use that wireless hole puncher on that fool. Courtney Burgess and his attorney, Ariel Mitchell, are dismissing a cease and desist demand from Christian and Quincy Combs over the alleged Porter tell-all. Wow, that's crazy, man.
Hey.
Feeling like you have to carry a gun because you're going to be involved in one of his cases. That's ridiculous.
She knows who she's dealing with, okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Diddy's basic, now this right here, recipes.
Dude, this is what my guy's going to have.
Diddy's basic Thanksgiving Day menu revealed as rapper languishes behind bars after third bail hearing.
Yeah. PB&J count, PB&J in the morning, afternoon, turkey and whatever, in the evening count, PB&J.
I hear you.
Far cry from, you know what I'm saying?
John says voodoo man.
Part of my plea deal to get, bail, I'll spend it in this secluded island. You won't have to worry about me. What are you, crazy, dude? What's wrong with you?
Crazy some bitch. Let's see. Yeah, that's the last story we got. Diddy denied bail in private island on private island after judge says that's not going to work.
What kind of world are you living in where you'd even go to the judge and say, look, man, let me out of bail, I'll spend it on my own private island, dude. You know exactly where I am.
Vince says, and the witnesses are starting to disappear.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you.
Uncle Ron had information that would lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton.
Oh,
that's probably why he disappeared right there.
Don't mess with Clintons, man, because you will be gone.
You will be on the hit list. Yeah. Vince says,
"What's going on with this volleyball thing over here, man? What's happening over here?"
Right over here, Dan. Is that what you're talking about?
Not so much here or here, but right in here. What's happening over here?
That means volleyball, dude.
That's the Diddy Files, dude. This is what happens on the Diddy Files.
This is what happens on the Diddy Files. They get buck wild on the Diddy Files.
Diddy Files. It's crazy, dude. Judge, just let me out so I can go spend it on my private island, man.
He paid off his mansion thinking that they put a friggin' bracelet on his ankle so he could stay there when he first got arrested. And the judge was like, no, that's not how it's going to work, bro.
Didn't he mortgage his mom's house for $250 million? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
The guy The guy thought he was going to get away with a lot more than
Sure,
he
he
did.
lives in that world. So that when do you ever be held accountable for anything you do?
But you know what? It also lends credence to a lot of people think he was an informant for the FBI. You know,
He pissed off the wrong person, and
Yes.
he's going to be out there swinging now.
yeah,
That's what's going to happen to him.
that's it.
They
Yep.
have cut him loose.
All right, look, boss.
PB.
take it easy.
Yo, 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 yo.
Yo, 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 yo.
He said it's time for earthquakes, man.
What can man do?
And nothing against a 7.8, bro. ain't much you can do against that one.
Come on, man. Come on. Who is building these things? There's no rebar at all in that highway. None.
It's made out of rubber, bro.
Honestly, it's paper mache at best, bro. Look at these buildings. They're just crumbling. Oh, my goodness.
Well, we got some good news to start off the earthquakes this week. This Lake and Riley was one of the stories at the beginning of the year when Trump was running, and it got so bad, you know, the left didn't want to say her name, and some people couldn't even remember her name. They wanted to avoid this subject so bad.
That's the
Well, guess
intent.
what?
People
Man
forget.
convicted of murder and killing of Georgia nursing student Laken Riley. He's going life in prison. He's going to be in prison for life.
And he was in the country illegally, right?
Right. He was in the country illegally.
San Francisco.
We're not scared to say that on this show. We're not scared to say that.
Sanctuary. This was in a sanctuary city. Was it San Francisco?
Let's see. This is in Georgia.
Athens,
This is in
Georgia.
my friend. Georgia nursing student.
I wonder if that's where that happened. But anyway, I mean,
Athens, Georgia is
Yeah.
where the trial took place.
this guy's in the country illegally, and she loses her life. It brutally sounds like, too.
Oh, yeah. He was found guilty. Hang on. I read this to you earlier. 10 counts against him. All guilty. 1 count of malice murder, 3 counts of felony murder, and 1 count each of kidnapping and bodily injury, aggravated assault and intent to rape, aggravated battery, obstructing an emergency call, evidence tampering, and being a peeping Tom. This guy apparently was friggin'
He was a piece of work.
stalking her. So
Piece of work, this guy.
yeah,
And now he's going to have free room and board.
3 cots and three hots and a cot, brother.
Yep.
That's he got what he came to the country for.
Yep.
That's for sure. This story is getting weirder by the day. Alex Jones is now suing the Sandy Hook families and the Onion for Frankenstein bid to buy InfoWars. Now, you know, we covered this last week. The story came out that InfoWars had been sold at auction, and then the judge put the kibosh to it because they found out that the Onion and the families decided to give it to the Onion not because it was the highest bidder, but because of what they were going to do with the show. They were going to
make a joke of it, right?
Make a joke of it, basically kill it. And they could have gotten more money from other bidders, millions. And they gave it to the Onion for $200,000. Well,
yeah, the proceeds are supposed to go to these families,
they're
right?
supposed to go to those families, but they'd rather see him look like a fool. So he has filed countersuit. Now, you know how this goes. I'm sure a lawyer said, "Hey, you need to file a countersuit because of what you just said. They could have gotten a lot more money from another bidder for those families in the settlement." So, yeah, this I will be keeping track of. You guys know I'm a fan of Alex Jones. I don't believe everything he says. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. I find him entertaining, but he definitely stepped on it when he talked about crisis actors and all this stuff with the Sandy Hook shooting.
Yeah,
and he paid for it. But to make him, this really sounds bad right here, and they're going to be looking into this. I'll keep you posted on it. You would think the families would want to take as much money as possible.
Well, yeah, that was the whole intent to just crush this guy, right?
Yeah,
crush him financially,
in
a bad way. And
yeah,
I don't know who advised them to do that.
Yeah, I understand. We talked about it pre-show. I understand him going after the Onion, but the Sandy Hook families, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
You might want to talk about. You might want to talk to their representation on this.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, do they have to be on board with that action in the auction thing?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do they have to partner up with the union and say, okay, we're going to be supporting this? And
Mm-hmm.
that's a whole thing it's very strange to me. So
yeah,
whatever.
well, the judge
he
stopped the sale immediately when he saw what was going on. He's like, wait a minute, what are you guys doing? You're supposed to be getting as much money as you can for these people. What is going on here? So they're looking into it. We'll find out what's up. Next one we've got under earthquakes. At least 38 people killed as gunmen opened fire on vehicles carrying Shiites in northwest Pakistan. Pakistani police say gunmen have opened fire on vehicles carrying Shiite Muslims in the country's restive northwest, killing at least 38 people and wounding 20. I never like to hear about anything bad happening in Pakistan because if you know anything about Pakistan and India and Kashmir, you don't want to see anything like this happening around that place at all, because Kashmir is very friggin' a very tumultuous subject with both countries. So they both lay claim to it. They're both of different religions, and it could get ugly. So I don't want to
tell that story. Pick a region in the globe, and you can tell that story.
Yeah. Let's
There's
see.
Ireland and England and that shit. Just pick whatever, Baltic states arguing over. Look, you got two countries right now at war right now for huge tracts of
land, right? Is it time for the early Sweeney spot? No, it's not time for the early Sweeney spot. We don't do the Sweeney spot on the show, man. If there's a flick story with her, yeah, I'll put her in here, but we save the Sweeney spot for Wednesdays.
I don't even know what the Sweeney thing is. So
that's Sydney Sweeney, one of the hottest chicks on the planet, bro.
No idea, bro.
You have to keep it in your pants till Wednesday, Das Wolfen.
Damn.
Now we have to pay to upkeep him for the rest of his life. Yeah, talking about the guy with Lincoln Riley.
We get to fund that. So.
You got a YouTube community note about the election. Laugh out loud. Did I? Nice. I like that. Very.
Do they not have the death penalty in freaking Georgia, man? What's the deal?
I don't know. I don't know.
All the southern states had that.
Georgia, I would think they have
on the docket as an option.
I don't know. Somebody in the chat, search that out for me real quick. See if the death penalty is a thing in Georgia. Let's see. Vince says, Bjorn, if you deport him, he'll just sneak back over the border like he did before.
Yeah, I don't say deport him. I say let's use that death penalty. This guy right here was.
Well, speaking of death penalty, check this story out, man.
He died in a brutal way, man. That was just.
Check this story out. The Philippine vice president publicly threatens to have the president assassinated. Now, that sounds really bad on the vice president's part, doesn't it?
She's not bullshitting.
She's not bullshitting because, listen to this. She said, Vice President Sarah Duterte.
What? Deterred? What?
Said Saturday she has contracted an assassin
to
kill the president, his wife, and the House of Representatives Speaker if she herself is killed. Okay, apparently, this chick, it feels like her life
insurance
is in danger.
Policy has been paid
she has
for.
Taken out an insurance policy. And she told them all, this is the deal. Don't lay a finger on me.
You're gone, bro.
Yeah. Philippines, they're going gangster over there, bro.
Look,
shit.
What the hell? Culture, man. You step outside the United States, they do shit in other countries, man. Did you be like, what? Really? Yes. You want to kill me? I'll kill you first.
I'm going to kill you first.
Kill me.
You
we did.
Me. Speaking of something like that, look at this. Police chief in Mexico dies by suicide as troops close in to arrest him during anti-corruption raid. Apparently this guy was working with the cartels and they decided
not a politician doing some shady shit. No way.
Down in Mexico. Yeah.
No way.
And the guy said, you know what? I'm not going to jail. I'm a cop. I know what's going to happen to me in jail. I'm gonna go ahead and opt out. And he opted out.
Yeah, he's gonna go to jail, and somebody's gonna have his ass bumped because he's a dirty
A dirty what?
mother. That's all I have to say about that.
It's too early for that. Stop it. I don't even have that queued up.
Stop that.
Let's see. I was just thinking we need a more permanent solution for that kind of problem. Oh, wait. We have it. No one wants to use it.
We have it.
Yes. I'm shocked. Well, not really shocked. Yeah.
The lightning.
Bring down the lightning. Where's the God of Thunder when you need him?
Ride the lightning, boy.
Well, boys and girls, it is time for that segment of the show where we talk about those that go and represent us, the people, in the chambers that make decisions for all of us. It's time to talk about the best and brightest.
Best video ever. Best video ever.
If you haven't figured out yet, guys, we are big Monty Python fans. Okay?
Monty Python.
You know?
Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Nuts, know what I mean? Say no more.
We've been taking on holiday.
Could be
Candid photography.
Candid photography? Yeah, man. Okay. First story tonight, this simpleton here. I can't believe he got off, but Danny will explain it to you. Jesse Smollett's conviction in hoax attack overturned by state Supreme Court. Tell him what's
Double Jeopardy, man. Double Jeopardy. They had already convicted him in another proceeding of following a false report, and he was ordered to pay a fine. And then they take him to court again. They convict him on felony charges on the same thing. Can't do that. But our best and brightest don't seem to know that or don't give a shit. So X amount of taxpayer dollars was spent by the local police department to investigate this for a waste of time. Their state Supreme Court says, yo, man, double jeopardy, motherfucker. You can't do that.
You can't do that. That's just dumbest thing in the world.
So
man.
Fines, jail time, everything. All that's...
Yep. It's all... Yeah.
You already convicted him, moron.
Yeah, you should have gotten more when you convicted him. Okay. This right here, guys, you gotta love this, man. We're still in the best and brightest. We have a subsection of the best and brightest now. It's called the Trump cards. Yeah, we're gonna talk about his appointments, boys and girls. Oh man, it is time to talk about the Trump cards because his appointments, they're huge. They're huge. So, we got to talk about the Trump cards, don't we? We got to talk about them.
Oh, my goodness, man.
We got a lot of them, man. He's not wasting any time. He wants to hit the ground.
He really isn't. But
not all of them are the most popular in the world, though.
I will say this. Whoever's, his team that's appointing these people, because I guarantee he's got a team, they need to do a better job vetting. Because...
Yeah, we're going to see that.
One guy just said, okay, well, I'm not going to do it. The other guys, I mean.
Okay. First one we're going to talk about, graphic details in Monterey sex assault claim against Pete Hegseth, Trump's cabinet pick. What's going on with this one, Dan?
Well, the same thing. Sexual assault charges, man. I mean, you read the article now, it's under suspicion, but... Mm-hmm. It's like the last guy was under suspicion, and he's falling out. He's stuff out of the running.
We're going to talk about him in a second.
Yeah. But, so I mean, all I'm saying is Trump team needs to do a better job vetting people.
Yep, and he's already on the attack. It says here that Trump Pentagon pick attacks UN and NATO and urges U.S. to ignore Geneva Conventions. That's not a good idea, bro. No, we don't want to.
Well, we need to know more about what's actually being said here because that's a sensational headline. But
it is. It's from the Guardian. They tend to lean for that. Yeah,
free and it's going to be slanted a bit. So you have to do some research.
Still, I would be more concerned with the previous one, the sexual assault thing. That needs.
Well, that's the thing,
big time.
these are supposed to be trump cards. Okay, these guys are going to make a difference, and there's boom, go against the
Throw down
freaking
that trump card.
Bring in the trump card. Okay,
There's another one. This one didn't quite work out though.
No.
And I have to give this guy credit though. He backed out of his own volition. He backed out.
Yeah, but now he's talking about he's going to run for the governorship of Florida.
Well, he might, but he's not going back.
He's not going to be able to run away from that, though. That's going to follow him everywhere.
First thing he did was he stepped out of the House of Representatives to go after the Attorney General spot.
Yep.
And he withdraws from consideration as Donald Trump's Attorney General. And he says he's not going to run. He's not going to go back to Congress. I had that one in here. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, I mean,
but
I think
he said that he's not going to go back.
Republicans have a 218 to 214 majority, and because he's not going back, so Florida is going to have to do a special election to see who they, takes over his vacated seat. But
here it is, right here. Former Trump nominee Gaetz. Hang on, let me get it up here. Don't clip me on that, guys. Good Lord. Former Trump nominee Gaetz says he won't return to Congress. So I give him credit for that. He stepped aside, and so he's going to run for the seat in the special election. Is that what he's going to do to try and get back in?
He's talking about running for the governorship of Florida.
Okay, gotcha. He's going to run against DeSantis.
Special election to backfill his seat that he vacated.
Right. Yeah, they're going to have to do that. But
Trump card.
Yeah, that's one of the Trump cards. Then we got the person they decided to replace him with is Pam Bondi. She's going to be up for U.S. attorney after Gaetz withdraws. And I've heard her described as a rhino, which is a traditional warmongering Republican. So, but she's going to be in the U.S. Attorney General's office. So,
well, I guarantee you, some of these Trump cards are going to be there to pacify rhinos.
Yeah,
still exist. And a career politician that's, oh my God, so bad, dude. Whatever.
We also got his pick. He picks a hedge fund manager, Scott Bessent, for Treasury Secretary.
Yep.
We also have for Labor Secretary, he picked Lori Chavez DeRemer. And let me see. I think that's all on that one. And then he also picks he picks a Fox News medical contributor to be the Surgeon General, Dr. Janet Naiswat.
Naiswat?
Yeah, Naiswat. Nishiwat?
Pretty sure we're blasted.
How many vowels do you want me to put in there? Nishiwat? Or syllables or whatever it is?
I'm thinking 3 syllables. Neshuat. That's what I'm going with. Totally butchering that, I'm sure.
I'm butchering it, but these are the Trump cards, boys.
Trump cards.
That is the Trump.
And we'll be following these nominees to see how they do, how they fare. When they're going to against these boards and see if they are nominated and they pass muster, so to speak. So
right.
Trump cards.
Trump cards, boys and girls. Trump cards, and that's all brought to you by the best and brightest. Let's see what they got. Let's see what they got to say about the Trump cards here. Now, this is time to scare him with people wearing curtain hats. No one is going to believe him now. Gaetz was, I believe, a pant to distract the libtards. Okay, a plant is what he's saying. And did I hear right? He is keeping Nikki Haley as ambassador. I don't know. I haven't heard about Nikki Haley being an ambassador yet. The only ambassador I've heard him pick was the former Arkansas governor for ambassador to Israel.
Bill Clinton. All right, cool, man.
No, Daniel. Mike Huckabee.
What can men do?
Would be a war in 2 seconds if Clinton goes over there. Oh man, good Lord. No, Mike Huckabee.
I was going to
he's
say
a
Mike
pastor.
Huckabee, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a pastor. Yeah. Let's see. And yeah, I don't know about the Nikki Haley one. I'll have to check that one out, Vince. He won't return for this session at least. Yeah. Well, if he wants to go up against DeSantis, more power to it. I don't think he's going to win, but hey, I am really hoping for Brandon Herrera for alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Yeah, I've heard that one. Yeah, for sure.
Never know about DeSantis. I think maybe the state might want to go with somebody more to the center.
Well, it might be,
but
I don't know. They're pretty happy with him.
Be the guy to do it though, because he's got too much bad. I don't know what world he's living in. You think that shit's just going to go away? And then
right.
Run for governor, see how far that goes.
He's got to take, because you want to talk about super vetting. Now, getting appointed is one thing, but go ahead and run for a few months and let people look at you for a few months. Yeah, they're gonna pull up everything, bro. Yeah. Anyone will do better than that prick. Wow, that is the director now.
Vince.
Now, Dan, you got to know
blowing off
some
steam.
You got to know something about Vince, man. He pays attention to our politics, but he's not from here. He's on the other side of the pond, bro. He's over in Europe.
Cool, man.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the Trump cards, and you're going to see that on a weekly basis. We're going to cover that for you in the best and brightest. You're going to hear all about the Trump cards, because the Trump cards, boys and girls, they are, if I can find it, damn it, huge. They're huge. I'm telling you.
Well, look, I mean, they're gonna direct.
They're gonna be shaping this place for the next 4 years. Got to pay attention. Look, I told everybody when he got elected, that's great. We won the election, fantastic. Don't take your eye off the ball. Pay attention.
No.
Pay attention. Don't just let him do whatever the hell he wants to do. You better hold. Look, if there's a one failing the press has had in the last 2 decades, is their job of vetting our public officials. They've become propaganda machines, and that's not what the press is there for. The press is supposed to be holding these people accountable for what they do.
If there's a 1% chance that he's bad, then we must take it as an absolute, and we must destroy him.
Oh, man. Okay, Bruce. Whatever you say, Bruce. Go. Right. Whatever you say, Bruce. I'm Alfred over here going, okay, man. Sure.
He is not our enemy.
This took you 80 years to achieve.
It's okay. I don't like it anymore.
All right, boss. Relax, man. Relax. Let's see. Illinois just an awesome A2 ruling in the Supreme Court. Really nice. That's Second Amendment. Very important one. I know Dan would never want to give up his guns. I damn sure don't. So.
No, I don't think any American should.
The whole reason for that Second Amendment, boys and girls, if you don't know this already, is to protect us not from, it's for protecting us from bad guys, but the main reason why they wrote it is to protect ourselves from our own government.
Foreign and domestic.
Foreign and domestic. That's right. Okay, so boys and girls, my boss is not yelling at me now. He's kind of scared for me. He's saying, look, you need to get the pads out. You need to get the cup on, all that stuff. Buckle the chin strap, because it's time to turn out the light.
I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there. I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there.
He realigned him on a molecular level.
Molecular level. I'm telling you, man. It's that scene out of what is that movie, Dan, where they clone the quarterback and he's back playing the next week after a devastating injury. The Sixth Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It's all about that, dude. They cloned Kurt Warner. That's not the real Kurt Warner we're seeing week to week now. They cloned him just to, because his wife is a really mouthy person, and they wanted to keep her shut up, so they went ahead and cloned him.
His whole shape was shifted.
Yeah,
at the molecular level. When that
his
hit.
organs were liquefied. They just what they said back there at the doctor's office.
He's like, they said, look, JFK was in better shape when he got here.
Right.
What I'm looking at right now.
Than what I'm looking at right this second, man. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Is this humanoid? What happened to this guy?
I'm gonna look for. You know what? I don't know if I have the picture right now. Yes, I do. Fantastic. I do have the picture. My final word tonight is a shout out to my wife of 23 years.
That's what's up, dude.
She got her 13-year coin from Gamblers Anonymous last
Didn't
Wednesday.
she post that on Facebook? That is awesome.
She did. Yes, she did. She
that
got
is a hell of a milestone, man. I'm telling you.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You guys know that that's my wife. She suffered from that and still is in recovery from it. But very proud of her. I think she's a dynamite person. I've always said I have the perfect wife. She's just got this rather large albatross around her neck, and it's gambling, and she has to take her medicine for it.
It takes a strong person to recognize an addiction that they have and to fight that battle every day, because that's not an easy thing.
Yeah.
Anybody with an addiction, whatever it might be, will tell you.
Yeah.
That thing is right there.
Yeah. All the time, and they have to deal with it.
They have to make a choice every day when they wake up and say, "Look, I'm not giving into that." And for what was it? Is it 23 years? No. How many years?
I've been married to her 23 years.
Right.
That is her 13-year coin.
13 years,
Yeah.
dude. That's amazing.
She went into rehab for it 13 years ago.
Kudos to Rhonda. Praying for you every day.
For sure. For sure.
That's awesome.
Let's see what the Vince, what these guys are saying. Vince says, if you get the chance, look up ATF demonstration backfires. Okay, I'll do that. Interesting. The moment they take away guns, at the moment we lose all rights in the U.S. Yeah, for sure. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. He's talking about Kurt Warner.
I don't think so. I
don't think they can rebuild him, no doubt. Vince says, "Oof, Gamblers Anonymous handing out poker chips. Yay!" It's not a poker chip, man. These are coins. Yep. But anyway, yeah. Shout out to my wife for that big milestone.
Yes, it is.
And then, boys and girls, you know what time it is. It's time for that award that my brother likes to give out every week. And if I can find the video, we're going to give it out too. Oh yeah, I forgot. I moved all these up to the top, so they're all
moved it all up to the top.
That's right. It's the Simple Jack Award, boys and girls.
Simple Jack Award.
It's that award that's given out to those folks that try and doing the right thing. They're trying to do the right thing, kind of like Trump and his Trump cards. He's trying to do the right thing, but not all of them he's going to get right. You know what I'm saying? And he may give this award out to an individual, could be an entire country. I mean, that it spans the globe, how big an organization. He might give it to the whole planet one day.
Everybody's in play.
Everybody's in play for the Simple Jack Award. But he kept it to one moron this week.
He is a moron.
And yeah, he's a big dummy. And but according to most people, he's a very smart guy. Ashton Kutcher looks tense while hiking, as source claims he's seriously concerned about being dragged into Sean Diddy Combs scandal.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's mentioned by the diddler himself several times. They got photos all of him at these white parties, and I mean, these people at that level, they have. This guy's got the world at his fingertips, and what is he doing? Going to these freak shows, perverted, whatever happens to this guy, if convicted, he deserves, and people like him. Again, I have no sympathy for somebody that's got everything that they could ever want, and
a brain. This guy's supposed to be a borderline genius. You know that he's like your boy Dolph Lundgren. It's some kind.
How many times do we see people, throughout history, are supposed to be total geniuses and don't have a lick of common sense to help them out at all? Well, this guy right here, he's going to get caught up. He's been nervous since day one.
His woman's already left him over it.
Yeah, his name is mentioned all over the time, but time will tell. But yeah, He's gone full retard on a global scale for being a freaking douchebag, perverted freak. That's all I have to say about that.
Never go full retard. Never go full retard. Never go full retard.
He's gone full retard. He went full retard when he left friggin' Mia Kunis, man. What are you, crazy? That's one of the finest women on the planet.
I don't even know. I mean, look, beauty's only skin deep, man. She could be an a-hole. You don't know.
She could. I mean, you know
come
what?
on, man.
You know what I thought was strange?
Yeah, but she's a freaking bag of hammers. Dumb, stupid.
What I thought was strange. Do you remember the guy that played Hyde on that show? He had kind of he was a white guy with kind of a fro. He was their dope connection. He was the guy that smoked weed on that show.
Are we talking about
that
the
70s rock? That not that 70s rock. Listen to me. That 70s show. You remember that show?
Okay. Well, I never watched it, but I've seen.
Okay, well, he was the guy.
One guy's in jail forever for rape and all.
That's it. And they came out with a video defending him.
Sure. All those people went to bat for that guy.
Because they were co-stars and friends of this guy.
Sure.
Yeah.
They live in the same world, man.
They don't live in the same world we do they?
No, not at all, dude. I keep saying that. They live in some kind of fantasy weirdness world. Millions of dollars. People tell them how great they are every time they turn around. Why not go to an island and do perverted shit? Who knows?
Vince says, look at his skin. He's totally bathed in baby oil.
Totally. He's douched in baby oil, man. Check him out.
Just because you have an IQ doesn't mean you have an EQ.
Thank you.
No doubt.
Thank you.
No doubt. Okay, well, on that note, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying one doesn't make the other one, more variable.
Right.
It's
one does not
be a genius and be an a-hole.
Yes, yes.
It happens all the time.
Okay, boys and girls, let me get my audio going the way I should. My brother reminded me about it earlier in the show, but I didn't remember to turn it on. But I've got it now.
That's what's up.
I just got to make sure it's not too loud, and I don't think it is. Let me turn it on real quick. Can you hear it, Dan?
Yes.
All right, there we are. That's Shifty Breeze by that great band.
Shifty Breeze.
Sharkin' for Pearls.
Shifty
with an F in there.
Shifty.
It is not two T's. This is an FT. Okay? You got it?
Shifty. What can men do?
What can men do? What can they do? Okay. So, you're watching The Brothers Hack the Matrix. We do this every Monday at 5 p.m. Central Time. I hope you enjoy the new section, the Trump cards. I hope you're enjoying it.
Trump cards.
You guys come check it out every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central Time. We'll let you know what's going on with the clown show that is 2024 through today's headlines. Tomorrow night, Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, video games, cocktails, and fails. I finished Brutal Legend, the rock and roll video game on Xbox. So I'm going to take a week to relax and play some Madden through the years. I'm going to play Madden 24 and probably Madden 15, my favorite. So you guys come check that out tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Central Time as I have some Madden, cocktails, and fails. And then Wednesday, that's when the Sweeney spot happens, when we talk about Sydney Sweeney, the girlfriend of the show. And we talk about everything else. We're going to have a review of Wicked. Myself and Knock will have seen it by then. We'll let you know what's up with that movie. And we'll be talking about everything else pop culture on State of the Atmosphere this Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. Usually after my show goes off at 7:30, it's time for It's Only Talk and Roll on That 70s Rock Fans channel. But he's taking a couple of weeks off, guys. Say a prayer for him. He's over there in Scotland. He's hanging out with his mother. She needs some help for a couple of weeks, so he's over there. He's going to be off air for a couple of weeks, but when he comes back, I believe we're doing a show on The Who. So be watching for that after my show at 7:30 p.m. Central Time on That 70s Rock Fans channel. And then, of course, Fridays, it's Sketching the Privateer. If you missed it, we were live at Shop Till You Drop this weekend. We had a good time, man. I've got a bunch of commission work for the holiday, but we're going to be back to covering the comic book this week. So you guys come check it out at 1 p.m. Central Time. Kicking this thing into high gear come January 1 when we get through the holidays, because I want to get this thing done. So I've actually turned up the price on my commissions. It's going to cost you $75 a face now. so that it's going to be worth my while to get away from the comic book. You know what I'm saying? So you guys come check it out. I work on it every Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time, you want to check out our good friend that was in the chat tonight, John Das Wolfen, on Game Night with John on Pop Culture Minefields channel. He says that Fallout's getting interesting, so you guys come check it out. And then, of course, Sunday mornings, my brother's been on sabbatical from this one. Hopefully he'll be back soon because we love having him on NFL Pregame Party, where we talk about everything college football. This week is going to be a lot of fun because the Saturday before this show will be the last of the regular season in the college football realm. It'll be time for championship weekend the next week. So you guys come check it out. We'll have the updated rankings and everything. And also, we'll talk about your afternoon slate of games in the NFL. Check out NFL Pregame Party at 10 a.m. Central Time, 2 hours before kickoff of your afternoon slate of games. And then Mondays at 10 a.m. Central Time, it's time for Military Monday. And if you missed the show on Oblivion, go check that out. We had a good time talking about that one this morning. I watched it for the first time this morning. It's a really good movie.
It's a great movie. Great movie. Yeah.
That one flew under the radar for me. I love Tom Cruise's movies. I don't love Tom Cruise. I think he's an idiot, but he makes great movies.
He makes great movies, man.
I definitely want to check that one out. If you missed our show on it, go check that out on Pop Culture Minefields channel. We do it every Monday at 10 a.m. Central Time. And then it's right back around for the Brothers Hack the Matrix. So, for myself and the Highlander, he only knows one way to do things, and that's turn him around. There it goes, man. He does the rock and roll thing, man. Rock and roll. So look, boys and girls, I want to thank you guys for being here. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.